You've written a series now of reports for Civitas and other think tanks. You analyse the OECD data, the internationally comparable data, and you've come up with some pretty alarming outcomes, haven't you, about the extent to which the NHS works or doesn't work?
It is very, very worrying indeed. The numbers are clear. We are bouncing along the bottom of the league table of similarly well-off countries, and yet we're spending more than most of them now. And we have been spending at least the average for the last 10 years. So it is not just a question of austerity or funding. There is a much deeper problem. It is, in effect, a systemic problem. I hope I'm wrong. I really do hope that I'm wrong. But it does look as though the NHS in its current state will not provide the service that we all deserve.
And why is reform so intractable? You have many years' experience analysing this question, as indeed all of us involved in this discussion here on The Money do today. What is the roadblock here?
Well, I think your previous speakers were absolutely right when they said that over the last 30 years or so, there have been at least 10 or 12 major attempts to reform the system. The sad truth is that they haven't worked. We've got to be honest about it. The system is unreformable in its current state. The roadblocks, there's so many. It's still the myth that the NHS is the envy of the world. It was true, perhaps, 75 years ago when the NHS was first founded, and it was an astonishing achievement at that time to provide a universal coverage, free at the point of use.
We led the world in that sense.
We led the world. The problem is, for the last 75 years, the rest of the world has not only caught up with us, they've overtaken us by miles. And the current system simply does not work.
Just give us briefly, Tim, just before the break, a couple of stark conclusions from your report. I put a few of them in my opening monologue there.
Well, I think the most stark number of all is that 50,000 people a year are dying of treatable diseases. These are OECD numbers. They're designed to be comparable across countries.
And they've been reported in The Lancet as well, haven't they?
They have.
The prestigious medical journal, as well as your report.
But put that into the context of COVID, and that was 120,000 excess deaths over 2 years.
Yeah.
And we spent, how much money did we spend? £400 billion on COVID, and yet we don't talk about treatable mortality. And to me, that is staggering.